What's up, everyone? Another Mental Health Monday. Last week, throughout the week, felt pretty strong, pretty good, but life's a roller coaster, ups and downs. I do want to shout out my B fam, Mo bitches over there. Definitely been on my mind the last few weeks. One, the anniversary of his passing, like we talked last week, but this last Saturday we celebrated my daughter's second birthday, and not having my best friend or kind of this potential godfather around was really heavy on my heart. But I'm actually very pleased, and I'm very proud of the party that we put on, because friends and family showed up, and the ones that couldn't show up, they let me know, and those that we didn't invite, I apologize. It just try to keep it as small as possible to certain things and just what we can actually afford or do. But it was a great turnout. There was a lot of love shown, whether it was at the party or people just wishing happy birthday to my daughter. It was fun. The burgers we cooked up were good. Appreciate all the family and friends that came and helped out with the party to make it successful, because I think it was just a great party overall. One thing I want to talk about this week is the 5 stages of grief. And the 5 stages are denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. When I kind of started really diving back into this, I kind of realized in the moments of the stuff I've been going through lately, I can kind of see exactly where I was feeling into those stages of grief. And I think right now I'm still more inside the depression stage. I mean, the anger stage, I'm always been dealing with anger issues. I've been dealing with that for a long time. I don't think that's ever really going to go away. It's just something I have to kind of manage for the rest of my life. But I really just think I'm in that depression spot where just at times just the motivation or energy to do a lot of things isn't there, or I just feel really down. But I'm doing my best, because I'm recognizing what's going on, to just try to uplift myself. I surround myself with people. I've been reaching out to a lot more people. I'm actually gonna make another appointment with my therapist soon, just because I think there's some stuff that he and I need to talk about, and I can't preach mental health and therapy if I'm not doing things for myself. Even when I think I'm okay, I think I'm doing fine, I think I just need some checking in time. But there was something I do want to talk about today, something that's been really difficult for me, because my recent breakup is kind of overshadowed, or been something I'm more focused on versus this real thing that's been really been getting to me. But I was supposed to be a father to a second child, and unfortunately, there was a miscarriage, and at the moment I was devastated when I found out that news, that we lost that opportunity, we lost that child. But I was trying to focus more on being there for my partner, being there for her. But that was kind of like the breaking point to us, finally deciding to go our separate ways. And I kind of never really dealt with that. I kind of never really allowed myself to grieve that process at the same time. And then this upcoming Saturday, a really good friend of ours who just had this beautiful, beautiful baby boy came to the party, and I got a chance to hold him. And that was the first time I held a newborn since finding out that, our little cancer baby was no longer going to be with us. And it was hard. It hurt big time. I was just sitting there thinking about the possibilities and everything, and then now just, it's not going to be there. But I realized I have to allow myself to grieve that process separately at the same time. And I can't put that on the back burner. I have to deal with it and focus on it. And that's why I kind of wanted to share it today, because, again, people don't share things like this. People don't talk about it too much. And when they do, sometimes they're met with scrutiny, sometimes they are met with love and support. And I'm just hoping that I can talk about, how I'm feeling about it. And, I've always wanted to be a dad. And at first, I didn't even think I really wanted to try for another kid. I would think I wanted to wait a little bit longer. But then I got all on board, and finding out that wasn't in the cards for us, or at least for me for a long time, for a while now, it's pretty devastating. It really hurts me. But again, I have to just make sure I learn to grieve everything or deal with everything first instead of trying to put things on the back burner, just so that I can move forward. I need to learn to move forward so that I can maybe one day create that rainbow baby that I was. I'm a rainbow baby. And, you know, if it's with the person I want or with, you know, whatever situation comes up, I just make sure that I can find my way to the acceptance part of the 5 stages of grief versus trying to just hold on to things that, again, are out of my control. Remember that this life, there's only so much that we can control and there's so much more that we can't. We have to focus on controlling what we can, learning to love and forgive and let go and move forward with everything. The other thing I want to talk about, I've talked about this on just social media posts in general, but in my anger management class, this is something that I had to try to focus on because I forgot this for a moment and I allowed it to affect me. And even though I didn't do anything bad, I kind of, was a little rude at one point because of it. And again, I need to make sure that I remember the lessons that I learned and try to preach them at the same time. And it was a quote that went, "Thou shalt not should upon thy neighbor." And what that means is that just because I'm feeling a certain type of way or I believe something should be this way. Come here, baby. Come here, mamas. Say hi.
Hi.
But just because certain things I believe should be this way, I shouldn't put that expectation on anyone else. What is that? Baby shark? Baby shark room? Yeah. But again, we can't hold everyone to the same standards that we have for ourselves in our own head. And just I love you. Go. Get it. But again, you can't put the same expectations that you hold yourself to every single person and allow it to affect you in such a way that it changes you or makes you behave in a way that you don't want to. Because again, regardless of how close these people are to you in your life, you can only hold yourself to the expectations that you set for yourself. And for the most part, we're more sensitive to things that we think should happen or way things should be. And others can't see or understand that because that's in ourselves, that's in us. And if we don't communicate that to them, especially in those moments, we can't expect them to respect certain boundaries that we have in our own head. We have to lay them out there, and people can choose to respect those boundaries or respect your feelings in those aspects. And if they don't, that's got to be a huge indicator that they probably shouldn't be in your life, or they shouldn't have such a huge status in your life in order to create such, negative emotion in you. Because if they can't respect those boundaries, then they don't really love or respect you the way that you would like them to. And that's a hard pill to swallow at the same time. And it's just eye-opening at how much pain that I feel is a lot of self-inflicted. It's things that I think should happen, and I put so much weight on that instead of just understanding things happen. I am the way I am. I feel the way that I feel. People are the way they are. People feel the way that they feel. And they can either be a part of that world or they don't have to be. And I'm gonna try to use that to try to be just more understanding and try to allow it to just give me the perspective that I don't have to hate or hurt so much over other people's actions. Because again, I can't control those actions. And if it's something I don't like, cool. I can go my separate ways. Again, I hope you guys enjoy this Mental Health Monday. I still don't know how far I want to go with this. There's a lot of things I want to do in my life, a lot of things I'd like to do in my spare time when I have it. And, I've been thinking about maybe doing a podcast one day and doing that first podcast on the Two Coins podcast. Shout out to you guys, Ronnie. Thank you again for that opportunity. But again, I just want to kind of do things for myself and better myself, because that little girl over there is only gonna be better if I can make sure I'm there for her. And that's what I'm trying to do with these Mental Health Mondays and any other things that I want to do. So again, whatever I do in the future, that's great. I've been told by multiple people to keep doing this because they loved it. I was actually told specifically that I better do this by an individual. So, I listened, and it helps me, it helps you, and that's all I want. Love y'all.